Guys, what's going on? It's Buckeyes Gaming here with a little gameplay slash server review for you. We're playing on Survive the Disasters. It's a pretty big one. So I'm going to be commentating the gameplay, and when nothing's really interesting going on, I'm going to talk to you about the server. So you can see right here, there's a lot of people in the lobby. Not the best type of survive. Pretty much what you do is you spawn. There's a couple different maps to choose from. I think there's like 5 on this one. And every round there's like 5 different disasters, and you pretty much try to survive. It's mostly luck. Some of it is just skill, which I have mountains of. Contact me, I'll pass them out to you. Anyway, so you can see, you can hear the sound effects and everything in the background if the microphone's picking it up. So pretty much there's like a flood coming at us. So you can see what's going on right here. I'm trying to get away. Pretty much what you want to do is get to the highest point, because what'll happen is there's a guy that just fell. What happens is there's like a wave or something, and it will kill instantly everybody on the bottom, the AFK guys, and the people who just can't get up there for some reason, which I'll get into depth more later. So then it'll kill those people, and then the building will actually fall on itself, which is super fun. You can see in this one, I didn't really like this particular map because I took fall damage and died. Like 2 seconds in, I didn't even know I had fall damage. You can see people are falling out. Everyone who falls off dies. They're trying to climb the flagpole. I was trying to climb the flagpole, and then I was like, oh crap, I fell. Because the building will implode, right? See right there, you can just see I died. I took fall damage, so I'm done. But I'm watching from like a third-person view for the rest of it. This one actually goes by pretty quick. I'm trying to walk up here. You could see the building itself is tilted. So right there, you can see in the background where the survivors were. It shows the building falling over. So what you want to do is get to a really high spot, and then sometimes there'll be like lightning. You can't really predict that. You just kind of like die. Then there'll be ones like tornadoes and floods that it's all about just like navigating away from the disaster. So next one we're going to is Happy Home. I like this one because there's this kind of almost like a secret way to get to the roof. I don't discover it this time until it's too late. So I'm one of the first people to run in. In fact, I think I am the first person. And what'll happen is, because there's so many people, it's a really small house, right? And soon I will discover that everybody who goes in here dies, because usually there's an Easter egg or some sort of like secret spot around the back. And I was stupid. I just wanted to watch all the AFK and people who were typing and stuff die. One rule is that you don't want to talk to people usually. What happens is that, well, if you're typing, you're not moving, and if you're not moving, you're about to die. So anyway, there was a secret trestle around the back that makes it so that way you can get onto the roof. So I went to first person, just trying to enjoy the view here. And, there's kids trying to get away. That kid in the corner that was trying to get away, he's going to die because he went up here too. And I saw usernames on the roof, and I'm like, man, these guys are either hacking or I'm just not noticing something. I tried jumping up on the rafters and stuff. Nothing would work. And I saw the trellis. I start taking damage, and I'm like, oh no, I should have gotten on the trellis. So then I'm underwater. And I couldn't tell I was underwater. And then you can see a whole bunch of people. There's dead bodies everywhere. And I was going after the trellis, and I would have lived, and I fell off. So the trellis falls over. Everybody on the roof, I think there was like 2 kids who survived. That one, if you don't get onto the roof instantly, you're pretty much dead. Like I said, everybody in the house, if you were in the house, chances are you're dead. So makes it kind of stupid, because you almost have to see where the Easter egg is to live. So yeah, there was like 5 people who lived. Anyway, this is one of my favorite types of lobbies. There's a couple. The obstacle course ones are cool. The like build a base and then shoot people one's cool. Those tycoon ones are all fun, but this has got to be my favorite one, mainly because I get to see the house implode. The people dying. It's kind of like the survival. It's just it's a great game. So we're going back to Happy Home, and I'm like, oh, great job. I get to use that Easter egg, but apparently everybody else figured out. You can see a couple kids running up in there, but everybody's making for the trellis. And there's one trellis and like 40 kids in the lobby. So people are rushing over there. I'm like, okay, what the heck? And then it's really stupid because before what happened was you could just walk through people. Now they have, I don't even know what that's called, but it makes it so you can't walk through them. So when one person's trying to get on the trellis, it makes it so nobody else can get on the trellis, and then they'll shove you out of the way so that way they can get a second attempt. So you can see all these kids falling down, right? I didn't get to even try to go up there, and then people will go AFK or something at the top. Like, that guy knocked me off. I'm pretty sure he was trolling. That almost seemed like it was deliberate. So, I do eventually get up there. I think, like, this is right when the tornado is coming. Maybe I don't get up there, I don't know. This was like 2 hours ago. My co-star Phil signaling that I did, in fact, get up on the roof. And it looks like I did. Yep, got on the roof. So everybody on the ground is dead now. A few people in the house that are cowering in corners. Their luck obviously had not gone so well. That poor guy, you can see his username, I think he gets killed. Phil's with me, by the way, but he can't talk because the microphone will pick him up. Anyway, so Phil's waving. And, yep, so the tornado's coming after us. Maybe it's a hurricane. Tornado's coming after us. There's a guest there. So, yeah, you can see right there, guest walks into the tornado like a total boss. Takes it like a man. You can see parts of the roof everywhere. There was dead bodies, but I think... Oh, I took some fall damage right there. You can see they added fall damage, apparently, to the server. I don't really like it. But, so, eventually what I see down here is like a little drop-off, but there's still stuff down there. So, you can see those usernames down there trying to jump back up and stuff. I was like, hey, why don't I just jump down there? You know, you can see me checking it out. But then I was just like, well, all the tornado has to do is walk over there. So I tried going back to the trellis, and then I'm like, well, tornado's a little close. You can see that guy just died. We're getting pretty thin with the amount of people here. And just like that, that guy on the roof dies. If I had gone back up on the roof, or if I had made it, I would have died. You can see him jumping off. Oh, I think he actually doesn't die, but I was like one of 2 people who didn't die, so I was like running around. You can see me check for the hurricane thingy every once in a while. I'm just like, oh heck no, girl. I'm looking for the hurricane, I'm dodging, I'm shoving down orphans. I'm doing whatever I can to try to get away from it, and I survived. You know, a lot of it when there's, I was safe chatting with this guy. I was like, he's like, you guys like what I did? And I'm like, no. Anyway, so, pretty much, once there's no more building, the whole goal is to try to just keep it away from you. What I often like to do is to get into a group of people that are trying to survive together, run with them once the hurricane's chasing me, and then break off, because it'll go after the people, the group, and not me. So I'll just, like, sick the hurricane on them. So, right there, a couple more survivors than last time, but, still, generally, once the building collapses, you can expect a big fatality level because there's nothing for you to hide on. A lot of people will try to cut the hurricane off early, and they'll run into it, essentially. So it makes it so, pretty much, it's just about, I will have a tips and tricks video up for this. Oh, we're going to Glass Office, showing you how to survive these types of things. Pretty much, though, what you want to do is zoom out really far so you can see the hurricane and yourself at the same time. So, this is a great map, one of my favorite maps for this server. The server, by the way, was requested another private message, the same guy who requested the last one about the build a base. And, you know, if you guys want to see a server, it could even be your server, trying to promote it, then go ahead, you know, drop a comment. You know, it'd really help me out too. So back to the gameplay. You can see some guy in the chat box, if you can read that, talking about, hey, is anybody else here in 5th grade Mrs. Yipes' class? And I'm like, okay, stalkers, get out their notebooks. He's in Mrs. Yipes' class. He's also in 5th grade, which means he's like 10 years old. So, anyway, you know, it's obvious you don't want to put stuff on the internet. But I'm not your parent. I'm not going to talk about that. So, I was a little confused at first when I saw this. I just see kids dead everywhere. The building's imploding, and I'm like, well, what the heck? Nothing was even here. And then I see the meteor, and it fell down and crushed a kid, and I was just like, oh, crap, there's meteors. And you can see I pretty much dodged that one. And I think I do end up dying. Don't I, Phil? He's deciding. Don't try to talk. It can't pick you up. Anyway. Yeah, I think I do die at the very end. So I'm just kind of hanging right here. Yeah, I die. I just got the official confirmation from Phil. I do die right here. This guy who's AFK, or God knows what he's doing right there. So, I fall. I'm just trying to commentate right here what's going on. So I fall, and then I'm standing under this bridge thing, like the roof, trying to think, well, if the meteor is going to hit me, it's going to have to take out the roof first. You can see that works perfectly right there. See that, you can see over there where the piece of roof that fell in, that's where I was standing. So if I had stood out in the open, like I think I'm doing right now, then I would have died. And there's a meteor coming right for me. I dodged. And what do you know? I just dodged another one. So I'm using my same standing under the roof tactic. I get banged a little bit by that piece of roof falling in, and I lived. Oh, what do you know? I lived. It was the next one that I died in. And that one was pretty easy. A lot of these maps, it's either one of those, it's really easy to live in, or it's really hard to live in. There's not really a get up to a certain spot you're probably going to live. It's either like guaranteed safety, or you're going to die. But it's all, I don't think that the maps have as much of a big of emphasis that your playing style has. So for example, you got to keep zoomed out a lot so you can see where it's coming from, right? This is the lightning one where I died towards the end. So he put those towers, you can see the lifeguard towers I almost went up in, and then I realized, well, there's like no way to support yourself on there. It's gonna get blown over really easily. You can see kids, they're like, well, that one's taller, I'll get in that. Not necessarily, it's not supported by a lot. So I'm trying to go up this trellis, and as usual, I hate trellises and ladders on this game. I even went over to this one, so I'm like, maybe I'll have more luck on that one. But I went back, and I'm trying out this trellis, and I'm just like, I hate these things. They should have at least 3 of them side by side, so you don't necessarily have to, have to, you don't have to fall off all the time, you know? So I get up here, there's already kids dying, and I'm like, whoa, I don't even see what's going on. Is it meteors again? You know, that kid just died right in front of me. And no, it was, it's lightning. You can hear that lightning strike. And I'm getting pretty freaked out. I'm like, what does lightning do? And those 2 AFK guys are just like, nope, you're not getting through here. So I jumped through, I jumped on this little surfboard thing. And what do you know, that guy's magically done from being AFK as soon as I get through. So I'm just kind of like watching the carnage at this point. There's not a whole lot I can do. Remember what I said about those kids in the life tower? If you can see past the chat log thing, or the people log where it tells you who's on, you can see there's another one right there. Everybody who's in there died. So yep, the building falls in right here, the ceiling. I'm trying to get some cover using the same tactic I used for the meteors, and I think part of the ceiling falls in on me, and I get killed. I know I get killed on this one. And I was pretty, not upset, you know, I was pretty disappointed that, well, I just went from surviving, you know, it was down to a handful of kids, and then I just randomly get picked off. So, you know, it's just a game, but I was just like, man, I'm doing so great, and then, nope, you mad? And I was like, yeah, I'm mad. So, anyway, right there, you can see my tragic end. I got struck by lightning, and then I think I lived, and then the building fell on me, and I died. My tragic, horrific end. I know you guys will remember me. Thank you so much for all the people who